Hey y'all, it's Tyra Pickett, founder and CEO of Pickett Fence Virtual Services, and your favorite system strategist and business coach for women entrepreneurs. And I am coming on live stream today just to kind of share some things with you regarding systems. As you know, that's my thing. I love all things systems. I think it's so important that you have systems in your business in order for it to be efficient and be a sustainable business. A lot of times we start building our businesses, we start a business, and we do a lot of the doing in the business. And that's fine for a while, but after a while, you want to start creating some kind of system, something that can get you out of the everyday doing the daily operations, and you're able to kind of get breathing room. You have more time to work on your creativity and make more money in your business and grow your business. And you can't really do that if there's no real systems or processes in place to keep your business going. So that brings me to this live stream today, which is really just talking about the importance of having systems in your business. So systems really, it sounds like a big, robust, complicated thing, but it really isn't. Systems is really just a way of doing things. It's something that there's like procedures that you can replicate over and over and over again. So it's something, a process that you put together in your business where if you have a standard operating procedure put together, then you can pass that down to your assistant, to someone on your team that can actually read the SOP and do exactly step by step what it is that you need for them to do without all the errors, without all the mistakes and things like that. So, and this is something that you can pass down over and over and over and expect to have the same consistency because it's written out. And then that allows you to get out of the daily operations and allow you to go and do what you do best in your business, and allows you to get more clients, to grow your business, things like that. But you have to have some kind of process in place. And when I say systems can be something as simple as color coding your calendar. You may have a system the way you do things. If you're using like Google Calendar, for example, when I use my Google Calendar, all of they have color codes on there. So everything color coded green for me, that lets me know that that's a meeting that's taking place. So as soon as I see the green, I know that those are all meetings. Anything that's blue, that lets me know that's some kind of doctor appointment, dentist, something like that that has to do with family things. So anything that I see blue, I know that immediately what that means. Anything that is maybe like red lets me know that it's a hot item. It's something that's urgent, something that takes priority, something that I need to really pay attention to. So when I open up my calendar and I see the red popping out at me, I know that's something that I really need to focus on and pay attention to, something that may be urgent, something that may be due, things like that. So that is a form of a system, something that you do. You can show other people on your team and they will be able to follow that same system, that follow that same color guideline, and they know exactly what that means. So that's a system. A system, if you think about it in terms of your home life, a grocery list, something as simple as a grocery list, where you may be a person that I have to write out a grocery list before I go to the grocery store, or else I'm going to overspend, or I'm going to go and get things that I know I shouldn't be getting, or I'm going to forget something. So I have to write out a grocery list every time I go to the grocery store. That's my system. So I don't want you to think that a system is something so overly complicated that you just you push it to the side and you don't want to do it, you don't want to deal with it, because it definitely is something that you do want to deal with sooner rather than later. And I always recommend to my clients that I hear a lot of times, my business isn't even up and running yet, or my business isn't even far along yet. And my thing is, the sooner the better. You want to be proactive instead of reactive. So if you can get your systems in place before you get that swarm of clients coming in, or you have all these engagements coming in, your systems are already put together, and it makes it easier, as far as even onboarding your client. When you get a new client, if you don't even have an onboarding system put together to get the client into your business, then you're all over the place. And you want to make it as smooth as possible, because if you're all over the place and you're trying to onboard a client, guess what? That client is going to look at that like, well, how are you going to help me if your business is all over the place? I'm coming to you because I need the help. So you want to make sure that you have those airtight systems put together, those processes put together. And that's one of the things that I help my clients with. A lot of them will come to me and they just, things are everywhere. They're overwhelmed. They don't remember the last time they took a vacation. Just things are just all over the place. So they're stressed out at that point. They're stressed out, and it just seems like a very overwhelming, taunting task that they don't want to deal with. But you're going to have to deal with it eventually. If you want a sustainable business and you want it to grow, and you want to be able to build a team, or even if you don't want a team, but you at least want an assistant, you still have to have processes in place. You have to have those SOPs in place. And the best way to do it, if you don't have a team yet, or you don't have an assistant yet, is to go ahead and do it while things are slow. So when things start getting fast, you already have it together. So that's one of the things that I recommend. Again, one of the important things of having a system is just, providing that consistency. Like I said, if you have your SOPs and your processes written out, then when you pass those on to anyone should be able to look at that SOP and know exactly what to do, because you have it written out. So it provides that consistency. There's less room for errors. There's less room for people doing it their way as opposed to the way that you want it done, or the way that it should be done. Because when you think about it, you have people coming in and they're all doing it their way. They have a different way of doing it. And so it may be right, but there's less room for errors if you have it done in a uniform way, a specific way, and you can pass that down to everyone. So that consistency is very important. And then another important reason for having systems is just, the changes. It's easier to make changes. So if you have something written out, I always recommend that you look at your processes and your SOPs. You take a look at those at least once a quarter. Make sure that they're all up to date, they're all current, because a lot of times, if you're using a certain program, they have bugs at times. We're dealing with electronics and stuff, so they may have bugs and fixes that they need to perform. And so you want to just make sure that the programs that you're using are all current. You may change your processes up from time to time. You want to make sure that that's all written out and that it's current. So you want to at least check at least once a quarter and make sure that everything is up to date, so that the person that may come in a few months from now or whatever, they know they have the most updated SOP that you have available to them. And another important reason for having systems and processes in place is that it just makes the training easier. You're not sitting putting in all these hours, unbillable hours at times, where you're training someone how to do something, and then your stuff is falling short because you're sitting here training your new hire how to do things, and that takes up a lot of time. And sometimes you may have to pay your hire for their training, and other times it may just be on you, where you're not paying anything. So it's just free money, free hours that you're putting in and stuff, and that's not cool. Especially you're in business, you want to make money, and if you're spending all your time trying to train someone, then And then if you're training someone who just don't get it, or just may take longer for them to do it, it's just easier for you to give them the training, the SOP, and ask them to follow that. And then you're able to see how well they follow instructions and things like that. So these are all important reasons for having systems. And then let's not forget, you can vacation, you can take days off. You know, a lot of times as business owners, we can't take time off, or we don't take time off because, you know, for fear that everything's going to fall apart if you're not there. Oh my gosh, I gotta sit at my desk, I can't go out to lunch, I can't take a break, I can't, you know, hang out with my husband, hang out with my kids, things like that, because you're afraid that the minute you leave, you're going to miss a client, you're going to miss a call, you're going to miss an opportunity, something might fall apart, things like that, and then you're just stressed out. And what's the point of running a business, having a business, if you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor? Meaning you can't go out and have fun, you can't take vacations and things like that. That's never fun. And you know, you just become stressed out and overwhelmed. And you know, we have enough things to worry about, and that shouldn't be one of them. You should be able to get up and leave whenever you want to, unless you have a meeting or something like that, of course, but you should be able to just get up and leave whenever you want to, take a day off, you know, start work later, you know, not tied down to a certain time and things like that, because you know that you have your team together that's following all the procedures that you have in place, and everything is just running seamless. So those are some of the things that I feel are important for having having systems and processes in place. So I do welcome you to schedule a call with me if this is something that you feel resonates with you, and you feel like, you know what, it's time for me to stop doing everything by myself. It's time for me to get out of the day-to-day, take my vacation. It's time for me to make more money. My business is just stagnant. It's not growing. It's just sitting there. I need to do something. This is just really getting out of control, and I'm over it. So if this is something, you know, you're struggling with putting your SOPs in place, you don't even know where to start, you don't know the first thing about SOPs, you don't know how they're supposed to look or anything like that, I have all that for you that I can provide for you, and I would be happy to work with you and get you where you need to be in your business so that it is positioned to grow and scale, so that you can get out of the daily operations of your business. So if this is something that resonates with you, definitely give me a call, send me a message. I will put the link at the bottom of this video here so that you can schedule a call with me, and I would love to talk to you, and I would love to support you. So until next time, I hope this helped you out a little bit, and I will talk to you later. Bye.